God does not love those who exalt. Wantonness is a disease to which the world's affluent societies are particularly vulnerable. This disease is particularly unpleasant because when you grow up and live in a society where success is based on having and wanting more, then many Muslims can find themselves on a slippery slope to destruction of the spiritual heart. This disease is not just about materialism, it goes much deeper than that. The biggest concern for Muslims living in wealthy societies is that as you drive around, watch TV or scroll through social media, you are bombarded with images, namely advertising and airbrush photos of people in ecstatic postures, their mouths often gaping with supreme happiness at the make and model of car they drive, or the designer clothes or handbags they have bought. The model or actor's exaggerated smiles lure you in. Now, as a Muslim, you may know deep down that humbleness and leading a non-extravagant lifestyle are the hallmarks of a good Muslim. You may, with the best of your intentions, be striving towards a more minimalistic lifestyle, but the fake grins and cheesy slogans of freedom and happiness ignite your desire. You find yourself wanting that product or brand. You do not realize that you are being sold a lifestyle that glorifies wantonness, a disease most horrid that can sometimes affect you in so many areas of your life. And then one day you realize that you got yourself in debt for all that stuff that you never really wanted. It never made you happy and often just had a very superficial and fleeting joy. The house that you bought on loan put you into category of a major sinner because riba is a major sin. And in the end, you left a massive debt for your children to pay off whilst working day and night to meet your mortgage payments. You wrongly believe that happiness lay in the joy of eating out in luxury or reckless extravagance. There is, however, always one thing that a person forgets: death. Death is the most devastating of all lessons, yet death is the undeniable destiny of all human beings. And so you, who wanted and desired so much, who spent time reading about and aspiring to be rich and famous, will stand along with all the other models, singers and actresses. Like any other human being, we will all die and stand before our Maker. This is our only certainty, our only truthful destination. So what is wantonness exactly? And how can you cure oneself of this horrid disease which will only cause shame and humiliation in the hereafter? The scholars agree that wantonness can include excessiveness, basically when you cannot control yourself and you just constantly need and want more. Have you ever met someone who's so joyful and exuberant about life, things and acquiring new things, loud, proud and showing off their latest purchase, be it a new car, house or the latest iPhone? This is what is known as excessive exuberance and mirth. It is only people of knowledge who recognize this as a disease for what it is. And often a Muslim can go through life completely oblivious to the disease. This is because outwardly it looks like laughing and smiling at what you own or have achieved is actually happiness. After all, everyone wants to be happy, right? Sadly, this is incorrect, and people often do not even regard this as a disease. This is why I encourage you to join me in this journey of awakening and focus on every single chapter, because this disease does exist and is clearly explained in the Quran. The Quran says, "Obey God and His Messenger, and dispute not among yourselves, lest you falter, and your strength departs from you. And be patient, for God is with the patient, and do not be like those who leave their homes in Batara, filled with excessive pride about their state, showing off before people and preventing others from the way of God, and God encompasses what they do." Quran chapter 8 verses 46 to 47. And now Quran chapter 28 verse 58. How many cities have we destroyed that exulted in their livelihood? Here are their homes, now uninhabited, after them except for a few. And remember, above all, God does not love those who exult, whether it is in their wealth, status, or anything else. Now nothing could be more clearer than the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself, urging you to not rejoice in things and stuff, and nothing could be clearer than the cure. The scholars agree that the cure for such a disease is to remember death often, especially in detail, all the particular stages such as the grave, the bridge, sirat, and all the various passages and stages. Another remedy is voluntary fasting, because as you're experiencing hunger out of your choice, this will make you disciplined, soften your heart, and it is a form of worship, beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and praised by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is that sensation of emptiness which is so beautiful for the soul, and then you can fill it with the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and love for our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, who lived a beautiful yet simple life, free from wantonness. Inshallah.